Hello and welcome to Module 7. Now in Module 7 we're going to cover exactly how you do this. Okay, now it all revolves around what you do on a daily basis. Okay, so for example, a lot of your time needs to be spent, if you're working in a free mechanism, that is, of generating leads or generating traffic, you're going to have to spend some time on this. Okay, and they just don't appear out of fresh air. So lead generation is key. Now that needs to be done on a daily basis, and it needs to be consistent effort. Now then obviously you've got to work on the follow-up. So you've got to be doing your daily follow-ups, working from your card index folder and working off what you're going to do on a day-to-day basis. Okay. Now at the same time, the other job is helping your members you've got in your team. So there's three things going on here, three sets of things going on. So you've got to be helping the new members. And remember how I used to work with my upline, or upline's upline lawn, and we really got this thing nailed down so that I'd be every day doing 2 or 3 three-way phone calls with lawn, and then the new people that I'd brought in, I'd be doing 3-way phone calls for those guys as well, and then obviously I'm feeding new prospects through who I'd filter through to be suitable for a 3-way phone call to do with lawn. So I'm basically got a full-time thing going here, yeah. And really that's how you build a business. You know, you've got to look at your daily activity. Now once a week we had the team power call. Now here in this company we've created exactly the same thing. So every Monday evening we're going to do a Monday night power call. Now that is key. I cannot stress how important it is to get yourself and get your team members onto that weekly call, okay, that power call, because that'll be company wide. We'll be hosting it in America, so you do need to get a phone service which can phone into America. That's just key. If you haven't got it, you can't listen in, and you know, people don't do what you do. Okay, if you haven't got a phone service to dial in, then your people won't. Okay, so it's paramount that you got to get a deal on your phone and be able to phone into America. Okay, because that's where we're going to do our team calls. Now for some people, as the leadership, as they develop their leadership skills, they're going to start running weekly meetings. Now they may be small house meetings, or they may be hotel meetings. Me, I'm a big fan of doing a hotel meeting, and I know I will be working very hard here in the UK to get meetings up. And again, where leadership starts to appear in different parts of the world, then we'll be flying across and helping those people with their meetings. And meetings are key. Now there's an old saying out there that you know, the meeting needs you, and you need the meeting. But there is one other thing as well. When you do go to a meeting, make sure you take a good prospect with you. So what you need to be doing, again, working off your follow-ups, is working always through that you've got 1 or 2 guests to take with you to the meeting. Now another thing here, meetings, do not assume that these people will turn up by themselves. You've got to go and pick them up, okay? And many a time I will go out and sort of on my way to a meeting to pick somebody up and take them with me to the meeting. Now quite often what I'll do, I'll give them a meal before the meeting and really get them into the flavour of what this is really all about. And we sit down and we'll have a meal about 6 o'clock, and obviously the meetings normally start at 8 o'clock, so we've had a couple of hours to really get ourselves up to speed, and you can do some tremendous relationship building in that what I call pre-run to that presentation that night. I can tell you this now, by the time they've had a meal with you and they've seen the vision and they've been through that meeting, you're pretty much, it's a done deal. So it's what you're going to be doing on a daily basis, what you're going to be doing on a weekly basis with that, you know, power call, the company power call every Monday. That will become sort of like written into granite. So that's key that you get on that call. And if there's a local meeting held weekly, you need to be at the meeting. Now every month, as the business starts to develop, I know we will be doing this as a company, we will start putting on a monthly training somewhere. Okay, now in the UK we will want to start one up. It'll probably be in the Birmingham area, and we will then put on a monthly training day on a Saturday. And again, as leadership pops up in other parts of the world, then those trainings will start taking place. And again, you know, we will do our best to try and help as many people as possible. Obviously this is going to grow quite rapidly and quite quickly, so there's only a few of us, you know, we can't get everywhere, but we will do what we can as a company to support as many people as physically possible. So we've got the monthly training meeting, and every quarter this will be a company event. It starts in the September, in the fall. I'm not sure the dates exactly, September, October, but the fall cruise. Now depending on the actual dates that Paul and Cynthia have organised, there's effectively the annual cruise. Now that is a 7-night, 8-day Southern Caribbean cruise, coming out of Puerto Rico. Now, what a tremendous event that's going to be. And that's going to be our annual event where recognition is going to be a paramount thing, but obviously top high-level trainings will take place on board ship, and we've organised conference facilities to be on that ship for us. So that's very, very exciting. Now, off of that, every 3 months we will start, once we start moving, we'll roll out what we call a quarterly event somewhere in the world. And that's really exciting. Now I want to give you an idea about this. Now I've been doing this for years and years and years. We call it the rhythm of the business. And what we'll actually do, the company will actually do, we will send a film crew out to the next location that we're going to. So on the Sunday at an event, we'll be, for example, we're on the boat, and on the last day of the last conference we have on ship, we will show you a 5-minute, 6 or 7 minute video of where we're going to in 12 weeks time. Well, it's so exciting because you've got to set your calendar for every 12 weeks that you'll be at an event somewhere in the world. Now that's basically what we call the rhythm of the business, and we'll be implementing this as the company starts to develop and starts to grow over the coming months. And for those of you that are getting in now, well, it's still early days. Obviously none of this is taking place yet, but it will start developing, and obviously we'll put a full calendar of events up onto the website, and you'll be able to see exactly what's taking place around the world at where leadership is actually conducting proper organised meetings and structured trainings. So that's really a little bit about what you've got to do, and it's key. The key to it is plugging into the system. So once a week, get on the power call. If you've got a weekly meeting, you get to it once a week. If you've got a monthly training close to you, within driving, within a few hundred miles, you need to be there. And then obviously get to the quarterly events, because I can tell you this now, we put the expenses bonuses in as platinum, and at that platinum level you're getting that $1,000 a month expenses bonus, which will allow you to travel pretty much anywhere. Now what I will just bring into play at this point is that the company is creating what we call the inner circle. Now that will be for platinum and aboves who will plug into that inner circle leadership event that we'll sort of create, and that will be a unique thing for platinum and above leaders will be plugged into that. And obviously that's another goal to set, isn't it, to get yourself to platinum, into that platinum leadership circle, that inner circle. And that's going to be a thing that's going to be very close to myself and Paul, Fiona and Cynthia and Jim and David, where we're going to be plugging those key leaders in to special events that are taking place at key locations around the world. So again, that's on top of the quarterly event. So we're going to have a full calendar of events running, and you need to get yourself plugged in. So that's the end of module 7. We're now going to go to module 8, and again, that's a great module which we're going to finish off with at this stage of the training. As I say, we're going to be spending a lot of time on trainings and developing leadership and all the skills that are required in future trainings and ongoing trainings. But just for the Getting Started series right now, we've got these 8 quick modules to go through, and it's paramount, and I must bring this in again, it's paramount that you get your people to go through these 8 modules, because it's key.